victorious day, defeated Mara with poise and grace. The Lord of truth found the middle way, so let us celebrate.
check check mind check check check。
有了。
Testing 1 2 1 2 3. That's 1 2.
Mara with poise and grace. The Lord of truth found the middle way. So let us celebrate.
好，是的，那我们在现场的这个来宾朋友们、来看大众，我们想请大家就是往前面的位置，先填满前面的位置，谢谢。
Warmly remind you all the invited guests, kindly fill up the seats in front of the hall. Our forum will begin shortly.
Defeated Mara with poise and grace. The Lord of truth found the middle way. So let us celebrate.
好，我们再次请我们现场的这个来山大众，我们请大家尽量往前坐哈，先填满前面的这个位置，谢谢。
Mara with poise and grace. The Lord of truth found the middle way. So let us celebrate. Love and peace, hope and joy, showered upon you. It's against a holy day, and peace and calm he passed away. With honor found and freedom gained. So let us celebrate. So let us celebrate.
A very good afternoon, a good day to all the invited guests today. Kindly be seated. Our forum will be begin shortly.
是的，我们这边再次欢迎我们在场的来山大众。那我们请大家可以入席就坐，我们今天的这个讲座会即将要开始。
Kindly fill up the seat in front of the hall to make sure that the event will run smoothly.
是的，当然呢，我们这边也要邀请我们的来山大众呢，可以往前面的位置先填满哈，往前面的位置就坐。那我们的这一个跟这个语坛人呢，会比较近距离的接触。
Our next event is Encountering Gandhara, a Millennium Promise with Buddha Forum. So we'll be started at 2 o'clock.
是的，那接着下来呢，我们会进行的是2022年遇见犍陀罗赴佛陀千年之约的这个讲座会。那我们的讲座会呢，会在2点正式的开始。
For those who are still have any friends or any guests still waiting outside, kindly send them a message or WhatsApp call to invite them to come into the hall to attend our interesting forum later.
是的，当然呢，我们在这个场外呢，还有很多的这个来山大众呢，还没有收到这个消息。那我们在现场的呢，可以赶快呢发一个信息给他们，邀请他们来到我们的现场，参与我们的这一个讲座会。
Showered upon you.
好，是的，那我们在场的这个来善大众，还有我们的这一个佛弟子们，大家平安吉祥。那这边呢，欢迎大家出席我们现在要进行的这一场遇见犍陀罗赴佛陀的千年之约的讲座会。
Warmly welcome to all the invited guests and all the special guests today to attend our Vesak Day Celebration Series program, which is Encountering Gandhara, a Millennium Promise with Buddha Forum.
是，当然呢，我们今天下午有这一个非常殊胜的这个讲座会哈，大家可以看到我们四周围展览的也就是因为呢这个因缘啊，我们3月14日呢受到这个巴基斯坦官方的这个邀请，由我们这一个马来西亚佛光山总住持觉诚法师以及我们诸位法师还有乙等人呢一起到这个巴基斯坦，然后呢到这个佛陀的故乡来参与这一个学术的这个会议。
Before we start our forum today, let me explain briefly regarding the rationale and also the background of this forum. On 14 March 2022, Pakistan authority invited representatives from Fo Guang San, Malaysia, including Chief Abbess Venerable Chue Cheng, Venerable Rusin, Venerable Rugin, Venerable Deng, Venerable Zong, and so on. They were invited to Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan, to attend the 2022 International Buddhism Academic Conference and Art Festival. After the conference, they invited the ancient site of Gandhara statues to gain a deeper understanding of the cultural remains of Gandhara. A full introductions were given to explain the history, culture, religion, sculptures, and also pagoda arts of Gandhara.
是的，在这个学术会议哈，大家呢都到了这一个巴基斯坦的这个造访艺术，然后进一步的了解这个古犍陀罗留下来的这个文化遗迹啊。那接着下来呢，我们把时间交给我们今天讲座会的主持人有宗法师。
Let us invite our moderator for this forum. I pass the mic to the moderator today, Venerable Zong. Let us welcome.
Thank you so much. Good day and auspicious blessing, everyone. I would like to welcome all of you and all the speakers and every one of you for attending today's symposium. And today's symposium name is Encountering Gandhara, a Millennium Promise with the Buddha. I'm very honored to be here as the moderator on the symposium. Before we get started, let me introduce our speakers to you, and let me start from my right. First, I would like to introduce all of you Dr. Ijlal. He flies all the way from Pakistan. Dr. Ijlal holds a PhD from Texla University, or Texla Institute of Asian Civilization, Quaid-e-Azam University. For his PhD, he studied the cultural and religious significance of the Silk Road. His research on heritage protection issues and language development in Pakistan has appeared in academic journals and newspapers. So now he is the director of the Silk Road Center, an educational and cultural organization working to promote culture, heritage, and cross-cultural connection for peace and progress. So may we greet him with our warmest applause. And next we have Venerable Rusin. She is graduated from Chongqing University in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. After her graduation, she has been serving in Fo Guang San, Malaysia, and now she is the president of Fo Guang San, Malaysia, deputy abbess of Fo Guang San PJSS3, and also the CEO of Fo Guang Publication. So a round of applause for Venerable Rusin. Last but not the least, we have Venerable Deng. She holds a master's degree in educational policy and society in Cardiff University, United Kingdom. Now she is a PhD candidate in education psychology, University of Malaya. At the same time, she plays an important role as a vice president of Buddha's Light International Association, Young Adult Division, Malaysia chapter. So once again, let's put our hands together to welcome all our speakers. So well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to use the following time to turn to our speaker. So first, Dr. Ijlal, we really appreciate your effort in organizing the International Buddhist Congress in Pakistan in March this year. So due to your effort, we had the opportunity to visit the ancient Buddhist sites in Gandhara. And due to this good connection between us, you and your wife also here today. So many people are curious, why does Pakistan, a Muslim country, organize the Buddhist conference as she is Dr. Fasiha, one of our VIP guests from Pakistan. And she is also one of the important founder of the Silk Road organization, and she is also the wife of Dr. Ijlal. So Dr. Ijlal, I think many of the audiences are curious, why does Pakistan, a Muslim country, organize the Buddhist conference? As the main organizer of this activity, can you share with us what prompted you to host the Congress? What are the entire procedure for the preparation of the Congress, from brainstorming the idea to successfully host the Congress? Please share with us.
Thank you so much, Venerable Zong. First of all, I would like to say Salamat Hari Visak, Happy Visak Day to all of you. We were so impressed this morning to attend one of the biggest Visak ceremonies. We do small ceremonies in Pakistan, very small, because people don't know there so much about Visak Day, but since it's an international day, so we try to celebrate. So first of all, Visak Day, congratulations to all of you. And I also would like to thank all the venerables, Venerable Ju Cheng, for having us, for inviting us to Malaysia to attend, Vesak Day celebrations, and also to give you some information about what we are doing in Pakistan. So this activity, the International Conference on Buddhism in Pakistan, was organized on the 14th and 15th of March, 2022. I call the conference, I will show you my PowerPoint presentation. I call this conference a journey of discovery and friendship. So we discovered so many things during the conference and art festival, and we have made excellent friendships in Malaysia, in 2-3 other countries, and within Pakistan as well. So I will just walk you through, as Venerable Yu Chong has assigned me to explain the entire process of the conference. So I'll take you through 12 steps we took to organize this international conference. So the first step, she asked me, why a Buddhist conference in Pakistan? Why do we need a conference there? So my PowerPoints will show you why we need to organize a Buddhism conference in Pakistan. Pakistan is 96% Muslim country. And what was the purpose we wanted to achieve? And how did we get there to organize the conference? So this is the topic Venerable Yu Chong has assigned to me. So I'll quickly walk you through the 12 steps we took. So, but before that, we need to understand why Pakistan needs a Buddhism conference. People here and people in many other countries, they look at Pakistan as in a negative light. They look at Pakistan, they say, Pakistanis are extremists, Pakistanis are, not peaceful people, not peace-loving. So that's the media impression we get. But remember, Pakistan, like Malaysia, is a multicultural country, is a multi-religious country, is a multilingual country. We have more than 70 languages. And landscape, if you look at the map of Pakistan, we have the highest mountains. It's a land of diversity. We have plains, we have deserts, we have sea, we have 5 rivers. It's a land of diversity, of people, of cultures. And to tell you the truth, we still have believers of almost every major religion in the world. So I have just given you a few names here, and we have 70 languages, over 70. And above all, Pakistan is a holy land for Buddhism. Why? I'll show you for a couple of reasons. Pakistan is where Pakistan's Gandhara region, northwestern Pakistan, Pakistan's Gandhara region is where Mahayana Buddhism was born. Mahayana Buddhism was born when Asoka the Great in 260-265 convened the Second Buddhist Council and decided to spread Buddhism to entire South Asia. So after the, his time, Asoka Raja, or the king, the great king, Buddhism started spreading in Gandhara. So he was followed by other great kings, like, King Kanishka the One, who called the Fourth Buddhist Council, and who basically sowed the seed of Mahayana Buddhism. Pakistan is where, Gandhara is where the first Buddha image was created. Lord Buddha's first image was created in Gandhara region in Pakistan. That's again another important aspect of Gandhara. The third thing is we have so many great Buddhist philosophers who were born, who belong to Gandhara or present-day Pakistan. For instance, Asanga is a big name. Asubandha are the biggest, among the earliest philosophers of Buddhism. They were from Peshawar. Peshawar is Gandhara. And in the 8th century, a little bit later, Guru Padma Sambhava or Guru Rinpoche, he was born in Swat, again in Gandhara. So we had great philosophers in Gandhara. And the third thing, which is very important for Buddhism, is, Pakistan and Gandhara is the region from where Buddhist texts, sutras, started, being compiled in Gandhara. We have the earliest sutras. So in a nutshell, Pakistan and Gandhara is situated in the northwest of Pakistan. So from where these things started. So that's why we needed a conference. We needed a conference to highlight Buddhism as a holy land, Gandhara as a holy land of Buddhism. So our conference basically wanted to highlight this and show to the world that please come. We have so many sacred, holy places for Buddhism in Gandhara. This was the first purpose. And second purpose was show the history. We had excellent research papers to show to the people, to present. And we also wanted to create social cohesion through this conference. When we had the conference for 2 days, we invited Pakistani Sikh leaders, Pakistani Hindu leaders, Pakistani Christians leaders and workers, and of course, majority of the scholars who were presenting were Pakistani as well as great Buddhist scholars from other countries, because we had this virtual conference as well. It's a hybrid kind of conference. So we had international scholars from the United States, from Germany, from Sri Lanka, from India, and of course these venerables also participated in the conference. So where did we start? How did we start the conference? Before the COVID hit us in 2019, Quaid-e-Azam University, it's a major university in Pakistan. We went for another meeting to the university. We wanted to discuss something else. They said, would Silk Road Center be interested to cooperate with us? We are organizing a conference on Buddhism archaeology. So we discussed the idea. That was the first step when we thought about organizing a conference, but we wanted to organize not an academic conference. They wanted archaeology. They wanted to have a purely academic conference. We said, we can cooperate, you Silk Road Center will cooperate with you only when you decide to make it, more like people-oriented. It should be open for public. Yes, we need academics, archaeology, history, everything, but we would also need an art festival to see, to invite people to see we have greatest masterpieces of Buddhist art in Gandhara. So we agreed. So this was the first step. We agreed and we decided to organize this conference in October of 2020. But unfortunately, because of COVID, we had to postpone it. So the next step we took was we formed a core committee. I will explain it later. What did we mean by core committee? Why we needed a core committee? And then the next step was all of us, when the core committee was formed, core committee sat for hours and days, and we had a conference program. And when we had a draft program, of course, things get finalized, till the last day. So we had a draft program, and we put up everything on a conference website. We created a website. It was in English, so we gave every information, every piece of information on the conference website. And then when these two things were ready, we started engaging public. So public announcements we made, we held a couple of programs. I'll explain it in a bit. And then we also tried to engage main stakeholders, like government organizations, government departments, diplomats, like Buddhist organizations around the world. So we then worked on it, and then we also formed subcommittees, and then we invited research from researchers around the world, and we invited artwork people, Pakistani artists, to submit their artworks. And then we also started coordinating with presenters, artists, and moderators, speakers. And so we took all these 12 steps to organize a successful conference. So, core committee of the conference, we were successful. We were able to engage political leaders, that was very important, business leaders, social leaders, and of course academics and civil society organizations, NGOs, to help us organize this conference. And in the core committee, we had all these people represented. We had a 15-member core committee, which had political leaders, business corporations, civil society, NGOs, and of course scholars. Vice Chancellor of the Qaid-e-Azam University was the chair of this core committee, and I was nominated as the convener of this 15-member committee. So core committee was responsible to give every direction to organize this conference. And the next step I have explained to you. We drafted the program, we put it on the website, we guided everyone through the website how to submit a paper, research paper, how to submit your artwork to be displayed and to be reviewed by an academic committee or an art committee. And then we also, as I explained, we organized a couple of events. We announced the conference in the press. We organized an event, a small event, invited all the reporters and journalists to announce it in the newspapers. And also we started communicating with major Pakistani universities that have a history department related to Gandhara, archaeology department, or a cultural department. So we were reaching out to 62 Pakistani universities. Pakistan has more than 250 universities. So out of those, we selected 62 relevant universities, and we engaged the universities, scholars and students. And we also, above all, we also started communicating with government departments and also our foreign ministry. That's very important. We requested our foreign ministry to reach out to all the countries where Buddhist leaders, scholars and devotees live, and Buddhist population, the countries with Buddhist population. So we engaged foreign ministry as well, and we also, through scholars and Buddhist leaders, we also identified key speakers, big names, big scholars. We contacted them and we invited them to be key speakers. And also we organized some of the photos you see in this hall are from 5 well-known Pakistani photographers. We took them on a trip to Gandhara. We stayed with them for 4 or 5 days, and this photography trip was very important. They took pictures and they shared it through social media within Pakistan and abroad as well. So another important step we took, the core committee took, was to form 7 subcommittees, very important committees. These all committees, like I saw volunteers here working on this big event. So we also had 7 committees formed to organize this conference. The first and most important subcommittee was academic committee. So we formed this committee. It had Pakistani scholars of Gandhara and also international scholars of Gandhara. This was an 8-member committee. So every research abstract we got, we sent it to the academic committee to review whether it should be presented, the research should be presented at the conference or not. So similarly, we also organized an art and exhibition committee. The committee was responsible to review the art proposal we are getting and look at it in terms of relevance, whether it is good for, the conference, the art festival to be displayed. And our art committee selected some of the excellent works. 25 artists we selected to present their works at the art festival. And then media engagement is very important. We formed a media engagement committee. It worked to reach out to relevant people, newspapers, social media, and we also, of course, we needed funds. So we also made a partnership committee led by very well-known people. So they reached out to people to support the conference. And then, of course, we also had a travel and logistics committee because we got interest of so many people to participate in the conference. And then we did this conference at a big venue, so we needed venue management committee as well with volunteers and everything. And then after the 2 days of conference, we took, not everybody, selected visitors to see some of these Gandharan sites. So we had a post-conference tours committee as well. So all these committees work in coordination with each other, but they all reported to the core committee. So with the help of all these committees and teams and volunteers, we think we organized a successful conference. It was for the first time Pakistan received, in its 75 years history, Pakistan is a 75 years old country. For the first time, we received a women delegation, Buddhist delegation from Malaysia. This was history making. So before that, Pakistan, was not visited by female Buddhist leaders, women Buddhist leaders. So this is a big accomplishment itself. And also we received a great response for participation from almost every country we contacted, including China, including India, in our neighborhood, including Afghanistan. So we received a very good response from everyone. We received quality research works, quality artworks to be presented at this conference, and we were able to, establish great partnerships. I have explained to you partnership of politicians, corporate sector, business sector, academic sector, and NGOs and civil society. That was another accomplishment. We had, I will show you, we had great media coverage from within Pakistan. I'm not talking about Malaysia. Malaysia also, I heard, had a great coverage of this conference. In Pakistan, our Urdu local press, big newspapers, English, big dailies, they covered, the conference. They also, social media also covered our conference. Major TV channels, they also, put up stories on the conference. And last but not the least, we had great field trips to Gandhara. We could show only just a percentage of sites to our visitors. We took 50 people to these sites, and I'm sure venerables also visited. They can share with you their experience, and of course they're already sharing, through photos and through, through magazines. I saw an entire magazine last night with all of your articles and, photos and, So, it was overall a great conference. For the first time in Pakistan, we used to have, it's not the first conference on Buddhism, but the flavor we gave was, it was a public-oriented, people-oriented conference. Previously, we had a couple of conferences. Those were purely academic conferences, purely open to scholars only, not open to everyone, public or artists. So in that regard, we can say that it was a successful conference. Challenges, of course. I have listed out challenges. 4 challenges, major challenges we faced. The first was COVID, of course. We had to postpone it twice. We were supposed to do the conference in October of 2020, yes. We could not organize it because of the conference, because of the COVID, and then we postponed it till March of 2021. We could not, again, because of restrictions, travel, but finally we could do it in, 1 year later in March of 2022. So that was a big challenge, COVID challenge. I had under tremendous pressure to make this conference purely an online conference. So I and Fasiha, we were on the core committee, we did not agree. We said unless and we can wait, unless and until we don't bring people to show them the art, to interact face to face with scholars, this conference would be useless. So we postponed it, and then we, organized it a face-to-face conference. It was hybrid, but majorly face-to-face. Sri Lanka, because of Sri Lankan economic conditions, we could not bring in 20 main scholars, major scholars, including venerables, who wanted to visit and present their research work, present their art in person. But unfortunately, because of Sri Lankan economic conditions, we could not, afford their travel. We did try. We did work with donors to bring in at least 5, 6 to give them, air travel tickets so that they could travel to Pakistan, but we could not. That was another challenge. And of course, in hybrid conferences, you always have technology challenges. Sometimes internet doesn't work. Sometimes you forget to switch on your audio on Zoom or switch on your video on Zoom. So we had some technology problems. In the venue especially, the internet was not good. So we had to arrange so many things to get a good internet. And venue permission, the government was cooperating with us. The venue was the government site. So it is a nice hall. They gave us for the conference, but permissions was a big issue. Bureaucracy, they set certain timings. So we had some challenges in venue, but overall I should say it was a successful conference. And I hope I have answered your question, Venerable.
Thank you so much. Congratulations for hosting such a successful Congress. What a bittersweet experience. I think this is not easy at all to bring everything, all the causes and conditions together. The scholars, the universities, politicians, and media together to make it happen. Without your aspiration, they won't be here, sitting here today. And we can't even believe that we will get a chance to visit such a beautiful country. So next, I would like to direct my questions to Venerable Rusin. Have you ever thought that you will have the opportunity to go to Pakistan in this lifetime to see and feel the ancient Gandhara? How did you feel at the moment? Can you please describe and share with us?
Hello, thank you very much, Yojong. Myself, I did have an image of a Gandhara Buddha statue in my own room, and that particular image is a Gandhara Buddha statue for almost 10 years ago already. It has been in my room. And I have been admiring the culture of Gandhara since when I was in the Buddhist college. And really, I never had a thought that I will go to Pakistan personally in this lifetime. Because as a nun, you have quite a lot of restriction, and the very first and foremost thing that you have to do is you have to work for the organization unless you are given a chance to go to the particular country, or else you will never be granted to such a privilege. So I really want to take this opportunity to thank our Abbess, Chief Reverend Cheng, for her kindness and compassion, for letting us. We are actually some very young nuns, but she given this opportunity to us to explore the countries that we only manage to read in a text, and admiring the pictures in the books. So all these came to our eyesight. We are in awe. We are totally in awe. And frankly speaking, there's a lot of stereotype about the country, like what has been mentioned by Dr. Ijlal. It's very dangerous. There's Taliban. There's a lot of things will be going to happen. So be careful. But when we reach the place, I think you can ask the other venerables as well. And also Bonnie, who is downstairs. When we are there, everyone was so curious about us. And the hospitality, the amicable characters, presented by the Pakistanis is actually out of my expectation. And, at first, I remember when I reached the airport, I saw Mr. Imran. He is the one who fetched us, and he tried to grab my luggage. I said, no, don't touch my luggage. Because of the stereotype, I never know. But then, never I know, he is the former diplomats who based in New York before. I'm so rude. I really have to say sorry to him. But after days of touring and also taking part in the conference itself, I can really rest assure everyone in the hall today, Pakistan is a very safe country. The people there are so nice. Even any commoners, any people who walk late at night is okay. This is what I feel after my trip to Pakistan. Okay, this is the first thing. And then, of course, come to the Buddhist sites that was arranged by the organizers. I really feel so touched, deeply touched. And we did a lot of studies. After we come back from the Buddhist sites, we have to, isolate ourselves for 5 days. So instead of staying in the house or in the room itself, we were led by Chief Reverend Zong, and we all did our own studies during a few days. And we, because of the experience that we have been to Pakistan, and after that, we read the text again, it's actually a totally different experiences. For example, we have been reading the text, which was the biography of Master Fa Xian, the biography of Master Xuanzang. The place that they visited, we go there, go to the map again and look at those places. This is Taxila. So this is Swat. So it's totally different when we read from the text again, because we have been there before. So I do encourage, this is really an eye-opener for all Buddhists. If you really want to have an in-depth communication of faith between you and the Buddha, you really need to make yourself available to visit Pakistan. So this is my own feeling. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Venerable Rusin. As we all know, Fo Guang is one of the sects of Mahayana Buddhism. So we are so fortunate that we get a chance to visit such a sacred homeland of the Mahayana Buddhism. So the next question I would like to ask Venerable Yo Deng. From your research on the literature and your personal visit to these ancient Buddhist sites, which already has more than 1,000 years of history, can you tell us more about Gandhara and its specialties? Why is Gandhara claimed to be the origin of Mahayana Buddhism? And how important is the role of Gandhara in the spread of Buddhism to China?
Thank you. A very good afternoon to everyone. And indeed, I'm very grateful to have opportunity to visit in Pakistan. Indeed, Gandhara, it can be described that it is a melting pot of the human civilization, such as Great Civilization, Indian civilization, and also the Iranian civilization, and the grassland culture that they met and collide and also merge, then become creating a very unique cosmopolitan Gandhara civilization in the present location, Pakistan there. So this is also the cradle of Mahayana Buddhism, from where has been transmitted to China, Korea, Japan, and also Hong Kong, Taiwan, Vietnam, Cambodia, Singapore, of course, Malaysia. Since it was once the crossroad of the world's civilization, so many elements, religious elements of the Southeast Asian civilization can be found here, such as like the great philosophy, theology, and also aesthetics, and Hinduism, Buddhism, and local gods. Yeah. So these have inspired, and also they form the influence there. Whereas the Buddhist system of the Eastern civilization, after transmitting into China, it merged with the Chinese Confucianism, Taoism, Yin-Yang and 5 elements, and it became an inherent part of the China. So the influence of the Gandhara civilization is not limited to Gandhara area. Generally speaking, there are 2 traces left by the Gandhara civilization. First is the Buddhist artistic style of Gandhara, and second, the sutra and the textbook, which was written in the Kharosthi. Kharosthi is an ancient Indo-Iranian script used by the Khalsa, Saka, and Yuezhi people. The present location is in the North Pakistan and East Afghanistan. So these are the places that we are very familiar, which we always know that this is a Muslim country, but it was so rich, and the Buddhism has been flourished there. Right? And also, the scholar believed that this was the original language that had been translated into different languages in the later era. Yeah. So I would like to support the statement given by Dr. Ijlal that I also believe that the first Buddha statue in the history was found in Gandhara. At the same time, the first Buddhist scripture in written form was produced in Gandhara as well. So as a monastery of Mahayana Buddhism in practice, I feel very touched and proud because I was standing at the birthplace of our element monks from China that we believe the element monk actually was born in the Gandhara. They are Bodhisattva Vasubandhu and also Bodhisattva Asanga. They was born in 2,000 years before century, around that area. And of course, the element monk from China, Master Fa-Xian and Master Xuanzang, they visited Gandhara as well. So actually, Pakistan is so rich in the historical past. So it is more than words to tell. And today, we are very honored to have Dr. Ijlal and Dr. Fasiha from Pakistan here. I would like to take the opportunity to invite Dr. Fasiha to walk us through one of the heritage of Gandhara. Dr. Fasiha, please.
Hello. Can I switch off all the lights because my presentation is more pictorial? Every light. I don't mind if I am not seeing in the picture. I need every light to be switched off. All. These lights also, please. Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am here just to remind you that we have a place called Gandhara. If you ever forgot the name, just remember Pakistan. Because we have Gandhara and it's a treasure. It's a treasure for Buddhism as well. And we have almost 900 years of Buddhism history with us. So please never ever forget Gandhara or Pakistan. And from that treasure, I picked just one jewel out of it. I'm taking you to an old monastery at almost around 1800 years old. I'm taking you to the trip of that monastery and the stupa, and you will find that it is just one jewel and we have almost a big box of treasure there. So before taking you all to the sacred site of Bhamala Buddhist Complex, let's listen to what Dr. Abdul Hamid has to say. He was a leading member of the team that excavated the site. Please.
This is Dr. Abdul Hamid, Assistant Professor, Department of Archaeology, Azhar University, Montserrat. I had the honor to be a part of the archaeological excavations at Bhamala, which is one of the most important Buddhist sites in Texla region. And I had the honor to be the team leader during these archaeological investigations. And also I completed my PhD on the discoveries from this particular site. So along with these stucco sculptures, terracotta sculptures, excavations at Bhamala site also revealed a good number of coins of the late Kushans, including Kanishka second, Vasudev first, Vasudev second, and a single coin of white hoods. So these were the numismatic evidences reported from Bhamala Buddhist complex. So all these discoveries show that Bhamala is of great importance historically as well as religiously. And the Buddhist monks from Korea who visited Bhamala 3 years back have declared Bhamala to be spiritually the most sacred place for the Mahayana Buddhists.
So, my other presentation, please. Promote harmony, care for others, appreciate opportunities, and work for the benefit of all beings. Gandhara. This is Pakistan's Gandhara region. The cities of Peshawar, Charsadda, Mardan, Sawat, and Texla were once the main centers of Gandhara. In Afghanistan, Gandhara extended across the northeastern part of the country. Gandhara was a region of well-watered green valleys, clay-cut hills, and a pleasant weather. This attracted people from far and wide to settle here or even invade. Buddhism flourished in Gandhara as a dominant religion. From the 3rd century BCE to 5th century CE, a large number of monasteries, stupas, and learning centers were founded all across the region. Buddhists from the distant lands visited these learning centers in search of Buddhist text and knowledge. The Texla Valley is about 40 kilometers from Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan. Texla enjoyed a central position on the trade routes coming from China, Persia, and the subcontinent. It was located along a branch of the Silk Road that connected China to the west. Pakistani and international archaeologists have discovered dozens of Buddhist monasteries, stupas, and complexes in Texla. Archaeological evidences have revealed the significance of Texla as a great center of Buddhist art and architecture. Sculptures found from these sites are of great importance in Buddhist studies. These beautiful sculptures were made with schist stones and molded in plaster or conjure stones. It is from these sites the representation of Lord Buddha emerged in a human form for the very first time. These sculptures depict important scenes of the Buddha's life, These images, along with Buddhist texts produced in Gandhara, help preaching the Dharma. Important stupas and monasteries, main monasteries discovered in Texla are Dharma Rajika, Moda Muradu, Julia, Kunala, and Bhallar. UNESCO has declared Texla as a World Heritage Site in 1980 due to its cultural value for the entire world. Now come to my main monastery, Bhamala. The Bhamala Buddhist complex is a unique site in many ways. Let's get a few glimpses of the treasures of Bhamala. Bhamala means the place of light and peace. It's setting in a hilltop of River Haro, and it gives the sense of peace and tranquility. This site was discovered and partially excavated by the famous British archaeologist Sir John Marshall in 1930-31. Next phase of excavation was carried out between 2012 to 2016. To understand well, I divide the site into 4 parts, A, B, C, and D. When you reach the site at the Bhamala, you are standing in front of the remains of a large stupa. Let's call this stupa A. This main stupa at Bhamala is different and unique. It is a stepped cross-planned stupa. These type of stupas are not very common there. This is the largest well-preserved cross-planned stupa in this valley. It is approximately 10 meters high in its present form. The stupa is provided with 4 flights of steps on 4 cardinal sides. The side wall was decorated with series of small panels, with different stucco figures of meditating Buddha. This is the picture Sir John Marshall found beautifully made stucco sculpture of Mahaparinirvana scene from this stupa A. Terracotta tiles were found in the pavement around the stupa court. Designs on the tiles includes Dharma Chakras, lotus petals, circles, swastikas, and other curved and geometric designs. An interesting feature of the complex was a Dharma Chakra. It is made up of these tiles in front of the eastern ascent of the main stupa. This main stupa was surrounded by 19 votive stupas and 5 chapels of image shrines. Even the votive stupa have small structures, stucco structures of beautifully made Buddha sculptures. Now come to the other side, which is monastery. The monastery is on the easternmost corner of the complex. It comprised of a large court of double-story cells in front area and a kitchen and assembly hall in the backside. The monastery has also some exceptional features as well. Like there is a broad veranda along the western side of the court of cells, and there is a staircase in the kitchen leading to the upper story of the monastery. Another interesting feature was the presence of the buttresses, which according to Sir John Marshall were for the watchtowers. A small square platform with 3 steps was also excavated in the area of water tank, which was quite unusual. This is the structure from the aerial camera, which we still have. This is monastery area. Now let's go to the chamber on the western side of the stupa A. The most important discovery which made this place more sacred and distinctive is the excavation of a 14-meter long Mahaparinirvana or the death scene statue of Lord Buddha. Radiocarbon dating places this structure to the 3rd century CE. So we can safely say that this is the earliest example of the monumental Mahaparinirvana image. This image is present in a 23-meter long and around 8-meter wide rectangular chamber. The statue was badly damaged. The surviving remnants included the pillow, the lower foot, draped leg, and the half body of the Buddha. From the Mahaparinirvana image Sir John Marshall got, we have made a hypothetical reconstruction of the Mahaparinirvana Buddha at the site. The statue is made up of conjured stone, covered with painted plaster. The interior wall of the chamber were originally decorated with terracotta sculptures of the bodhisattvas and devotees. They were mourning the death of Buddha. Presence of terracotta sculpture in 3rd century is also a very new discovery at Bhamala. Many heads and other body parts were found during the excavation from inside the chamber. These were different proper heads we found there because it was very badly damaged, but still we managed to get these. And these were the prince and bodhisattvas and the people who are mourning the death scene of Buddha. Now, on the back side of the Mahaparinirvana chamber, a second rectangular shaped stupa and monastic structure were found. This area of stupa B has a small court which is covered from its 3 sides with rows of small low-heighted chapels. With each chapel is attached a pedestal. A total number of 23 chapels and 24 pedestals were found during excavation. This portion was the most decorated place, contained a treasure of beautifully stucco sculpture of Buddha in different styles and sizes. The stupa was decorated with 15 small sculptures of Buddha. Very small, beautiful sculptures of Buddha in different meditating forms. But the most striking thing is we got 3 small panels showing Mahaparinirvana scenes of Buddha. One is very clear, still lying there, the upper one, but 2 are badly damaged, so they are left there untouched because they are already, these are not able to get it out from there, so they are still there. And you can see one is almost gone, but in the second we have a head of Buddha in the structure, but third structure is still very intact form. So we have total 5 sculptures of Mahaparinirvana seen from this complex. One is big monumental and 4 are we got from 2 stupas. Each chapel, the chapels around the stupa, each chapel contained a stucco sculpture of seated Buddha, either in meditation or preaching pose. And they are covered by devotees or deities. Because it was very old, around 1800 years back, so during excavation, we only get Eastern chapels more intact form because of with surviving stucco sculptures or traces, probably due to the extra support of the backside wall of Mahaparinirvana chamber. The other 2 northern and western side chapels, they are totally, we missed that, but we reconstructed, we don't find anything else from there, but we reconstructed the chapel areas. Outside the chapels, there were standing images of Buddha resting on pedestals. Only one pedestal left with a better form, and it showed half of the draped portion of standing Buddha figure. Another feature is the presence of double halo sculpture of the Buddha, which is very interesting discovery. Usually we have only one a halo around the head, which is known as nimbus. And if we have two halos, the body halo is called areole. So here we found Buddha's structure with two halos. And interestingly, the presence of the areole is in a double circle form. The middle is connected with small petals. See, there is a small petal area which covered the double halo of the areoles. The halo around it was, the head arrow is simple disc. Last but not the least is a small votive stupa, which is found just near the main stupa on the eastern side. So with this, our tour of Bhamala Buddhist complex almost finishes. And thanks to technology, I'll be showing you the aerial view of this complex, which is simply breathtaking. See. This is awesome, isn't it? A beautiful complex on the river Haro, which is so serene. Still, after 1700 years, it is still so beautiful. Just imagine how it will be looking at that time. And you can see monastery and stupa and that nirvana chamber, and then the last one you can see there is the stupa B. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Thank you.
Dr. Fasiha. Thank you so much, Member Yodang and Dr. Fasiha. Thank you, Dr. Fasiha, for showing us the unique cross stupa in Bamala. So, ladies and gentlemen, please remember Bamala. Remember Gandhara. If you don't, then remember Pakistan, okay? So since Gandhara is so important and play an important role in spreading of Buddhism to Asia, if without Gandhara, the propagation of Buddhism would definitely happen in the other way around. So since Gandhara is so important, I think all of us, the Buddhists, we should go to visit Pakistan. So the next question is for Dr. Ijlal. How to develop pilgrimage tourism in Pakistan? While encouraging more people to learn about, visit ancient Buddhist sites in Gandhara, how can your country ensure that these Buddhist sites will not be damaged? And can you please also share with us about the attitude of Pakistani towards other religions?
Venerable Yu Zong, I need the control again, sorry, to answer your question. It's very, very important question, yeah. So this question is very, very important for us as Pakistanis and for you who look at Pakistan with a different eye. So it's very important. So that's why I have a few slides to show you, and I have, given it a title of Promoting Religious Tolerance in Pakistan. And through what? Venerable has pointed out, through promoting religious tourism, through protecting the Buddhist heritage of Pakistan. So this will be the topic of my discussion now. I have 3 parts. Why it is important to develop pilgrimage tourism in Pakistan. I think the Venerables, Dr. Fasiha, have shown you why Pakistan is important for Buddhism and why we need, religious tourism to be promoted. The second part, how can we, protect 2,000 years old, 2,500 years old Buddhist heritage in Pakistan? What should Pakistan do to protect these sites? And of course, we have definitely issues of religious tolerance in Pakistan and in many other countries. So how can we address that? So yeah, we have very good examples of developing heritage pilgrimage tourism in Pakistan. In November of 2019, Pakistan opened Kartarpur corridor for Sikh pilgrims without a visa. 2019 was the 550th birthday of the founder of Sikhism, Baba Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He was born in Pakistan's Hassan Abdal, and he passed away in Kartarpur area. Kartarpur is in a district bordering Pakistan and India. So he stayed in Kartarpur and he passed away in Kartarpur. So the Pakistan government created a Kartarpur corridor for the pilgrims from India, from everywhere in the world, to come to Pakistan without a visa through Kartarpur corridor. So my proposal, I have discussed this with several government authorities, that we need to have a Gandhara corridor to promote Buddhist tourism in Pakistan. And this Gandhara corridor, I can show you, Dr. Fasih has shown you the map of Gandhara. It covers the entire northwestern Pakistan, from Texla, from Islamabad itself. Islamabad itself, the capital of Pakistan, was also part of Gandhara. From Islamabad towards northwest, there are dozens of Buddhist heritage sites. We can convert those sites into a Gandhara corridor. To do that, we need to have a master plan. How to protect and encourage tourism at the same time. And then we need, opening a corridor is not enough. Unless and until you promote, you market it as a pilgrimage destination in media, through all these international travel fairs and conferences, you won't be able to promote it as a pilgrimage destination. And then of course, so far the government, Pakistan government role is kind of more bureaucratic. So we are proposing to change the role as well. And also IT is a powerful tool. We see in Pakistan that IT is not being used as a powerful tool to promote tourism in Pakistan. I think I should not go into details of this slide, because you have already, we have already shown you what is Gandhara, where is Gandhara. But if you look at the present map of Pakistan, these are 18-19 districts which are at the heart, which you can call center of Gandhara. But there are other districts which I have not shown here. These are 18-19 districts which have the ancient Buddhist heritage, and they can be called, the heart of Gandhara. This picture, you're looking at it from our recent, visits. It's Dharma Chakra. Dharma Chakra is from Asoka the Great's time. Asoka, I think many of you know, was a Hindu king of the subcontinent. After a lot of bloodshed, he converted to Buddhism in 260 BC, about 260 BC, he converted to Buddhism. He was the king of the subcontinent, and interestingly, remember, his family came from Gandhara. His grandfather, Chandragupta Maurya, was from Texla area, from Gandhara area. So that's why he had a special place in his heart for Gandhara. So at the time when he converted to Buddhism in 260, around 260 BC, he assigned many people to spread Buddhism in the subcontinent, in India and Pakistan area. So one of the earliest Buddhist monks, he came to Gandhara in the time of Asoka the Great. So he started preaching. But in a while, King Asoka decided to open the 8 sites where Lord Buddha's relics were buried. He ordered to open these 8 stupas and then distribute the relics of Lord Buddha to every area in the subcontinent, in his kingdom. He decided. So Pakistan region, Gandhara region, at that time received the holy relics for, history says, for four areas. One is in Swat, the other is in Texla, the picture you can see, and the third one is Mankyala. People say that Mankyala also received holy relics, and the fourth one is in Mardan. It's Jamal Ghari Stupa, I think, which received the holy relics. So what we are proposing right now for Pakistan, to start with, for the Gandhara corridor, to start with these few sites. Mankyala in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Stupa, they should restore it and convert it into a pilgrimage site. We are also proposing to convert Dharma Chakra as a destination for pilgrims. We are also proposing Takhtbai Monastery, it's a World Heritage Site, to convert that into a pilgrimage tourism site. And also Jamal Ghari and Shahbaz Ghari in Mardan, both are very important. You can now, these days, you can go and see the Asoka edicts in Shahbaz Ghari. You can find the edicts, the instructions of Asoka Raja, the king Asoka, written on pillars. We call them Asoka pillars and stones, where he gave instructions in the script Venerable was referring to, Kharoshti script. So, yeah, Buddhist instructions. So, yeah, so we are proposing to protect that site as well. And also Budkara also is very important site, to protect this as part of the Gandhara corridor first. This is very important to protect tourism. Protection, to promote tourism, first we need to prepare these sites to receive visitors from everywhere in the world, Malaysia and every other country in the world. Number one, this was number one. Number two, at the same time, we need to educate people of Pakistan. Many people, most of the people are positive. They are Muslims, but they are positive about, protecting other sites. We need to educate them. We have issues, like many countries have issues, because we have a small population in Pakistan, which is, they call minorities. I don't like the word minority, but I call them Pakistanis of other faiths or non-Muslim Pakistanis. So they are 4%. We have 4% Pakistanis who are not Muslims, who are Hindus, who are Christians, some of them are Buddhists and, Sikhs and Parsis. Zoroastrianism, who believe in Zoroastrianism, we call them Parsis. 4% means a lot for Pakistan. Pakistan is a big country, It has 222 million population almost. So when you say 4% of 222 million, it becomes to 8-9 million people who believe in faiths other than Islam. So we need to educate our people that other faiths are very important for the culture of Pakistan. Some of you will be surprised because of the negative image Pakistan has. We have some of the beautiful churches. One of my senior scholars has written a book on the churches of Pakistan. Please do read it. His name is Dr. Safdar Ali Shah. He was part of our core committee. He made a speech at the closing ceremony as well. He has written a book on the churches of Pakistan. Beautiful churches. We have Christian churches and we have Hindu temples, beautiful Hindu temples, holy places of Hindus. You know, Rig Veda, the first holy book of Hinduism, was written where? In Gandhara. In Gandhara, along the banks of Indus River. So we have great Hindu traditions in Pakistan. We have Sikh religion started from Pakistan. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born in Pakistan area. And then we have this picture, by the way, is a fire temple, is a fire temple in Karachi. Look at this picture. This is a beautiful Zoroastrian fire temple. We have, as we have been discussing, we have many sites for Jain devotees. Jain temples we have almost everywhere. And we have talked about Buddhist monasteries, Buddhist stupas, dozens and dozens of stupas you will find in Texla and Mardan and Swat region as well. But those are non-functional because we have about 250, 300 households in Pakistan who are practicing Buddhism. So we need to make some of these monasteries functional, some of these, stupas functional in order to encourage pilgrimage and tourism. Yes, this slide is very important. Some of the people in Pakistan have issues with religious tolerance. Not all, not everybody. You would not find a single case of people destroying Buddhist heritage in Pakistan. Yeah. We have some people who have issues, they become reactionary because of our relations with India, unfortunately, are not good. They become reactionary for, sometimes Hindu temples. So, but the only case where a Buddhist site was destroyed, partially, not fully, they tried, was in Swat, Jahanabad Buddha. They tried, but they were not successful. Yeah, they were not. They restored it thanks to the people of Swat, thanks to the leaders of Swat. One of the leaders of Swat, Miagul Adnan Aurangzeb, was part of this conference organizing committee, core committee. So the people take care of it, but we still have some issues because Pakistan decided in 1979 to help international forces to fight against Soviet Union. So that made a lot of problems for Pakistan. So we declared it as a jihad to fight with the Russians. We declared politically, like so many other countries, we declared and we helped. Pakistan became a sanctuary for mujahideen coming from every Muslim country to fight Russia. So these 10 years, 1979 to 1989, were crucial in Pakistan to promote some sort of religious intolerance to fight a political war. And at that time, we received, during this war, we hosted 3.2 million Afghan Muslims as refugees in Pakistan. And we strictly, you know, in Pakistan, I remember as a child, I was a school boy at that time. I still remember government putting up strict Islamic laws everywhere, just to promote Pakistani people, to prepare them against the Soviet Union, invasion of Soviet Union in Afghanistan. So that has an impact on our society, no doubt. No doubt. These laws, and again 9/11 happened, we went again, we went back to the square one, supporting, you know, another country's war against a neighbor. So that created a lot of problems for Pakistan. That has an impact on our economy, definitely. That has an impact on our society, social, you know, fabric. So, but luckily, now Pakistan has realized, the governments, the last two governments and the present government is taking steps to slowly, gradually promote religious tolerance among the people of Pakistan. We unfortunately, we have problems with other faiths as well, but within the Islamic faith, we still have some problems with different schools of thought. So the government has realized, our religious ministry has realized, and over the last 5 to 10 years, they have come up with national level policies. They are taking national level steps to promote religious harmony, social cohesion, interfaith harmony. I have just given you some examples on this slide. So they're still working on it. The last thing government has done is improved curriculum, school curriculum. The Islamic curriculum, they have improved it to include more on religious diversity, more on cultural diversity. As I was telling you in the beginning of my talk, like Malaysia, Pakistan is a multilingual, multi-religious country. So Pakistan is gradually adding more material, more content into the curriculum to highlight the diversity of land, diversity of people, diversity of religions. So they are gradually doing that. And I have given you examples of Kartarpur corridor. They have also restored Katasraj. Katasraj is a great Hindu area, great Hindu temple. So they are gradually, slowly, trying to restore these sites, reviving, the pilgrimage tourism. And one of our, non-Muslim leaders, look at this beautiful quote he has. He was a non-Muslim leader. What he says about Pakistan. Pakistan is home to some of the most sacred religious sites in the world. It is the land of Guru Nanak, Buddha, Mahavira, Rigveda, and Mahabharata. It is also home to vibrant and diverse religious communities. So we need to work with you, with all the interested communities around the world, with Pakistanis, to revive this spirit and to revive pilgrimage tourism in Pakistan. Thank you so much. I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward for the Gandhara, looking forward for the Gandhara corridor. Maybe next time when we have chance to visit the Gandhara or Pakistan, we should be able to visit like Hindu temple, the churches, and the Buddhist temple over there. So thank you for all the speakers for your insightful sharing. Now we will proceed to a quick Q&A session. We have approximately 2 minutes, so maybe only one question is allowed. Or please feel free to ask questions or share your thoughts or any feedback to our speakers.
Hello, thank you. Hello. Okay, I have a dumb question. How many Asoka pillars is found in Pakistan? Asoka pillars. How many Asoka pillars? Pillars.
How many was found?
We have right now two Ashoka sites are surviving with edicts, right? One is in Mansehra, we call it Mansehra edicts, and the other I mentioned is in Shahbaz Gadi, in Mardan. 2 sites have been left, but all these other sites I mentioned, Dharma Rajika, Budhkara, they are from Ashoka's time. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So all of them are more or less dharma instructions. How to lead a life. So his instructions are all about dharma. How to live a peaceful life, peace with others. So these are important messages, King Ashoka gave through, these pillars. At that time, I don't think people could, afford books. So that's why he came up with the idea of, written instructions on pillars available to everyone.
It's written in the Maori language, right? I mean, it's translated, but the original language is a Maori, meaning that all the Asoka's pillars, they are written in the Maori symbols and language.
Yes, that's right. You're right. It's more or less in symbols, but scholars have translated everything into major languages in English and in Urdu. You can search and you can find what is exactly written on those pillars, surviving pillars.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ijlal. Is there any more feedback or thoughts that you would like to share with us?
Can you tell me more about this Guru Rinpoche's birthplace, history of Guru Rinpoche's birthplace? So far, any site or did discover, or the lake of Guru Rinpoche born?
Thank you very much for this question. Archaeologists are still searching for his exact place of birth, exact area where he was born. But for sure, it was Swat area of Pakistan. And so far, the evidence shows, not final, so far the evidence shows Guru Rinpoche or Padmasambhava, he lived below a village call it Jahanabad, where the Jahanabad rock carving is there. You can search Jahanabad. We have the only surviving big rock carving after Bamiyan. You know about Bamiyan in Afghanistan? We used to have the biggest carvings of Lord Buddha in Bamiyan. They destroyed it, but now the largest carving is in Jahanabad. So far, archaeologists say Guru Padmasambhava was born in the village under that rock carving, but they are still working on it. So it's Swat. The main valley is Swat, and Jahanabad is the village most probably where he lived. Padmasambhava in 8th century, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ijlal. I think we almost came to the end of today's symposium. May I have our speakers to conclude today's forum in a short sentence?
Okay, I think the trip has brought me an eye-opener experience. So I would like to share with all of you, if you can, go out and explore yourself. Not just reading the book, but also to experience yourself when you reach the site and you will have a better connection with what you have read, and you will have a deeper connection with the Buddha and also what you have learned in the past. Thank you very much.
From me, from the academia platform, we can contribute a humble contribution in terms of to organize more activity and exchanges of the ecologists and also relevant scholars to continuously collect the data for the completeness of the Gandhara history, and also to support or echo the policy that they contributed or promoted by the Pakistan government to promote the religious harmony and also the interfaith exchange in the near future through the academia platform.
Dr. Ijlal?
Thank you. Thank you. I think what I wanted to say has been covered well by the two venerables. I would just like to add, please visit Pakistan. Do visit Pakistan. It holds a lot of, treasures and jewels of Buddhist history, Buddhist art for you. So this is my first message. I agree with Venerable Rusin. And the second message, academically, we have to do a lot of work. What we have done so far in Pakistan, I would say, is just 10% of what we have on Buddhist history, Buddhist art, Buddhist philosophy. So we need more academic collaboration. And number 3, please don't look at Pakistan what media shows you. Because we do have, in every society, we do have problems. If you look at the United States, the people are divided. If you look at, other countries, maybe Malaysia has social harmony, but it might have issues. Every country has issues of tolerance. Unfortunately, we still don't live in a world which believes in pluralism. The entire world says, what I believe is the best. What you believe is not the best. We have the problems, but media, for its own viewership, they promote stereotyping, they stereotype Pakistan. So please don't look at Pakistan with that eye. Please do come, do visit. We hold your history of 800-900 years. We hold the history of your origins of Mahayana Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism in Pakistan. So please do visit. We can support you, we can facilitate you. So that's my message. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your thoughtful views regarding to the beautiful civilization of Gandhara. The sincere hearts and the smile that we received from our Pakistani friends remain fresh in our memory. So this brings us to the end of the symposium. Thank you for your participation, and thank you I hope you enjoy the symposium. Happy Vesak Day.
是的，那我们在这一边呢，再次非常感谢我们台上的这一个主持人有宗法师，还有我们3位的语坛人。
We would like to express our gratitude and highly appreciation to our speakers today, Dr. Ijlal, Venerable Rusin, Venerable Deng, for your kind respect, sharing, and also the explanation regarding the Buddhism and also the research on the Buddhism.
好，我们再次掌声感谢，然后恭送我们的这个主讲人。
Round of applause to our speakers and also our moderator today, Venerable Zong. Thank you so much.
我们的有宗法师
session and also forum this afternoon. It's a meaningful and also the fruitful discussion and also the sharing session for this actually. Thank you so much for your sharing, Dr. Ijlal, who are from Pakistan, and also all the invited guests. Thank you so much for your participation.
好，当然呢，我们线上的这个观众朋友们呢，也谢谢大家的这个参与，我们也要谢谢我们现场所有的这一个与会者。好，当然呢，这一边我们3点钟，我们在 这个3点30分啊，我们在我们的这一个成佛大道，我们将会有这一个心自在爱与和平的这一个演唱会。那欢迎大家呢都可以到我们的这一个成佛大道一同来参与这一场音乐会。
Our next event will be the musical concert, which is held on the hall beside of this hall. So kindly and also invite all of the guests today to attend our musical concert this afternoon, which will be begin on 3:30 today. So thank you so much once again for your participation. Thank you so much and good afternoon.
再次感谢大家，谢谢大家的参与，维赛节快乐！
好，再一次邀请的现场的朋友们来出席我们在这个大雄宝殿前方呢所举办的一场音乐会。我们的音乐会呢即将在就是说预计会在3点30分，也就是即将要开始了。所以请大家呢，如果能够在东禅寺的话呢，都多多响应，多多支持我们今天的卫赛节的系列的活动。就是待会我们3点30分将进行的下一场活动，也就是一场演唱会吧，一场音乐会这样子的，会有很多的佛曲，还有这些很经典的曲子会呈现给大家。